Well, it's with great pleasure that I stand before you today to announce the introduction of our distinguished keynote speaker, Dr. REIHANA Abdullah. She is a trailblazer in her field, as we know that she's filled with a wealth of experience and a passion for innovation. Moreover, she has established herself as a mindset intervention coach for programs like Self Help Wealth and as a life skills trainer in Singapore MOE schools. Besides that, Dr. Rehana has coached by helping hundreds of young professionals, matured adults, school children across Asia, Europe, and USA throughout her proven mindset retrainings, customized as per individuals' needs. She guarantees breakthroughs within 5 sessions by discovering a person's blind spots and providing structured methods to stay on course. Her workshops are highly interactive, engaging, and science-based, providing a real life application anyone to learn, grow, and be inspired by her words. Over to you, Rehana ma'am.
Thank you so much for inviting me to this amazing event. And I'm always amazed at the number of participants for all Dr. Halima's workshop. Okay, I have to correct one thing. I'm not doctor. I'm just Mrs. Rehana Abdullah. I think there was some error in that. But thank you for that wonderful introduction. So I want to ask you something. When you're on an aeroplane, right? So the first thing, if there's turbulence or if there is some disturbance in the aeroplane and the mask fall out, what do they tell you to do? They tell you to put your mask on first before you want to help someone else. Am I correct to say? How many of you have heard this saying in the plane, right? Whenever if there's any problem in the plane, yeah, put the mask on for yourself before you put on for your children or for others. Now, why is that important? You're no good to anyone if you're dead, right? Right? Before you can help others. So today I have a very interesting angle on leadership. I know we always talk about all the different leadership styles, about the different things that leaders are supposed to do, or how their behaviors are supposed to be. But today I really want to touch on a very, very important aspect of leadership, and that is a leader's well-being. Okay, what good is a leader if he himself is or she herself is stressed, having mental disturbance, overcoming with so much workload, and she or he is not able to function fully as a leader, and that leader does not serve what the purpose of being a leader is. And I think leadership well-being is a very, very important aspect of being a leader. A leader needs to take care of themselves as well. It's not being selfish, right? It's not being oh I'm not thinking about my team. But actually you are actually thinking about your team if you take care of yourself. Just imagine if you had flu or you had COVID and you had a group meeting and you showed up for that meeting. That's being highly irresponsible. So you have to take care of yourself. You're not being like, oh, I don't want to come for the meeting. But by you coming for the meeting, you could harm others, or you could pose a threat to others. So well-being is so, so important as a leader. And why is it so? Not just physical well-being, emotional well-being, mental well-being. Imagine if a leader is having some problem or issues with a family, in her or his family. How do you think that leader would be as a leader, delegating or conducting some training or leading the team in the right way when their mindset is not in the right frame? They are bothered, or they are worried, or they have someone in their family who is sick, and they're thinking about that. So leaders need to really take care of themselves. And this I cannot stress enough, because I do a lot of coaching on mindset, on emotional well-being, and it's so important as leaders to be able to be focused on their well-being as well. And as leaders in their own organization, it is very important that they also care for the well-being of their uh, team that they are leading, or of if they are in the what if managerial positions, they care for their staff, their subordinates, or whoever that they are actually trying to help, because they need to also stress that they need to take care of themselves. And as a leader, if you do not take care of yourself, you're also setting an example to others that I should ignore my own health and just care about others, care about the others team, or care about the work and all that. But it's very, very important. Self-care is so important. Why? Leaders are humans, are they not? Don't they have feeling? Don't they have emotions? Don't they have families? Don't they have any, they have work, but work is not their entire life, right? The teams are under their care, but if they are not cared themselves, they are not caring towards themselves, how can they show care to others? You can't give something that you do not have within you. So you have to really take care of yourself. And how do you take care of yourself? Make sure that you also eat right, exercise regularly. These are very, very simple principles. Having enough sleep, um, make sure that you eat right, make sure that you drink right, and also make sure that you feed your mind right as well. And that is also well-being, to be able to feed your mind with positive thoughts. A leader can has emotions. So a leader can also get angry. But it's not about not getting angry. It is about managing to be able to calm yourself, or to be able to bring yourself away and balance yourself and ground yourself, and so that you can function as efficiently as you as a leader. And I think that is a very, very important call for leaders, right? To be able to want to take care of themselves. Again, the analogy of the plane, you can't help another person if you yourself have not enough oxygen to sustain yourself, right? If you don't have oxygen, how are you going to help others, right? So same thing, a leader needs to care for themselves, not only for the team. And by caring for themselves, they are also caring for the team. So this is a very short message that I would like. I know it's a very short keynote, but it's very, very important. And how else can you help your team, or how else can you help yourself become a better leader? You can practice a lot of grounding. This is what I teach as well in my emotional balance. How do you do that? I have a technique which I help my participants and leaders that I train to become effective, to be able to manage their emotions, right? And it's a very simple technique called EFT tapping. Some of my other workshops where I do conduct that training. So it's very important to ground yourself. A leader needs to be grounded, needs to be in a state of mind that is balanced, that is able to handle things. And as a team, step up. Not just a leader's role in the team to lead everyone. I think everyone in the team can be a leader as well, even though be they may not be in the foreground or in the forefront, but they can look out for one another. They can care for one another. If one of your member is sick, you can actually, maybe put her aside and share with her the details of the meeting later on. Caring for one another is also well-being. Caring for each other, caring for your teammates, caring for your friends, your colleagues, your family members. That is also being a leader, confines to a whole person. As I say, a leader is a human being after all. It's not a robot. They can't function 24 hours. And as a team member, learn to also feel for your leader, right? That is also a true leadership quality in every individual, in every one of us. So being a leader is everyone's job, and taking care of one another is everyone's job in the team. So ultimately, a leadership role is not just the one who is leading the team in the front, but everyone has a part to play in the well-being of each other. And that's what I want to share today, a quick keynote speech. And back over to you. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you so much, REIHANA ma'am, for your wonderful words, and I'm sure we all have something to learn from it. And now, I'd like to invite our mentor, Mr. Nara Subramaiam, who's also a business improvement specialist and resource management consultant with a background of solid 40 years in the corporate and business world. He's also a member of the Malaysian Association of Professional Speakers, affiliated with the GSF. And in addition to that, he also runs a business consultancy called Resolve Asia as a senior consultant for MV International SDN PhD. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Sultana. And a warm welcome and very happy day to each and every one of you here. Thank you very much, Dr. Halima. And also, REIHANA, I think that was a wonderful keynote speech. One thing which I realized, just now from looking out at the wonderful pictures of all those animals, this is one of the greatest learnings that humans can have from learning the ways and means of the animals. And that is what creative thinking, critical problem solving, all of these issues, when it comes up, look at how the animals, look at how the nature handles themselves. And so we can learn so much from that. And I also want to thank REIHANA just now when you were talking about, the few points there which you mentioned about caring for each other, feeling for each other. If all of you notice, the key word there is about empathy. So one of the greatest characteristics for a successful leader is empathy. So I want to leave you all with that. And before we become a leader, it's all about growing ourselves. Success comes from growing ourselves. Now, after we become a leader, success is all about growing other people, the others around us. Okay, so this is something which is a very important lesson which I learned long ago, and so I would like to leave that with all of you, leave that message with all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your gracious words.